Alright, pimped up beans. Right, very quickly, we've got baked beans, and baked beans in the United States are not the same as they are in the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, they're the same haricot beans, only they're just in a very simple and plain tomato sauce. They're a staple of the British breakfast, and they're very, very popular over here. This recipe tends to take them more in the direction of American baked beans, and the history of American baked beans is fairly well known. You'll always see in cowboy films, you'll see them sitting around a fire, slurping on beans, usually sucking them out of a wooden spoon. And it's basically something pretty close to this, because they would have used bacon, mostly bacon, fatty bacon or ham. The onions are something I add to it, but they probably would have had onions as well on the range, because onions travel really well. Garlic likewise, and they would have had blackstrap molasses or dark muscovado, what we call muscovado sugar. So here we are. We've got a handful of, in this case I've got smoked ham, but you can use those little packets of bacon lardons that you can buy, or the pancetta lardons, which are excellent, and you can get the salted the smoked or unsmoked. I've used half a medium onion, which I've chopped up finely. I've got a fairly generous teaspoon of dark muscovado sugar. You can also use black treacle in this. It really gives a great flavour, and it'll take you somewhere closer to what American beans taste like. And of course garlic, which I mashed up earlier. If you want to see the video on how I mashed that up, it'll be up there in the corner right now. I've also got 2 cans of British baked beans, or beans in tomato sauce. Okay, they're standard cans. I've also got some salt and some pepper, so it's fairly straightforward. Let's get on and do the cooking. Right, while this is warming up, what I want to do is tell you what inspired me to do this. I've been binge watching some videos by Cowboy Kent Rollins, and that guy is amazing. He's funny, he's amusing, he does some fantastic open range recipes, and he cooks. He's from Oklahoma, and he cooks out of the back of a chuck wagon, and he's highly renowned for what he does, and he feeds tons of loads of cowboys all at once out on the range, and he also does cookery classes and things like that. So his link will be in the usual suspect up here, look. So make sure you check him out. He's really great. I wish that I'd discovered him years ago, but there you are. Alright, the pan is coming up to heat, and what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of oil in the pan. You can use lard, which is probably closer historically close to the proper recipe for these, and it also has the advantage of pissing off the food police. Right, so I'm just going to make sure that oil gets nice and hot, and I'm going to grab myself a wooden spoon. And the old scene stealer's back, Spoonzilla. Let's see how that... Need to get that right up to heat first. Alright, that's coming up to heat nicely. So what I want to do now is just get my bacon and onions into the mix and get them frying off, just to get the flavour developing in those before we... It's a real quick dish, really easy. The bacon's in small pieces, so it cooks real easy, and you can get that bacon as crispy as you like. Oh, that smell is awesome. The smell of bacon and onions cooking at the same time. That's actually a smoked gammon ham, and I nicked a bit off it, and I'm going to use the rest of that gammon ham to make some Irish style cabbage and bacon you'll see a video too, and the link will be in the usual place. Right, I won't bore you with that, we'll just get that up to nice brown and crispy and I'll get back to you. So we stir and fry that on a high heat, keeping it moving so it doesn't stick and burn. And you'll see the bottom of the pan start to glaze. Really nice. Right, now at this stage we can chuck in all the garlic. The reason we don't chuck the garlic in earlier is because it has a tendency to burn because the sugar content on garlic is quite high. Get that in, and that's another fantastic scent as the garlic hits the pan and as that starts to go. This is really nice. So you can cook the bacon to as crispy as you like. Because this is ham, I'm not going to brown it off so much. And I think it's right about now we can start to add them beans. And that's the liquid in the beans starts to deglaze the pan straight away. So what I add at this point, you can make this with half the quantity and just use 1 can of beans if you like. But I warn you, it will be popular. People do like this dish. And in goes the other can of beans. Alright, if there's any stubborn beans in the bottom, don't worry. We just add a bit of water to that. So into this you want about half a can of water. And stir that around. You can cook this in, I'm using this wide fricassee pan, frying pan, really just to demonstrate the method, but you can use an ordinary saucepan to do this. And once you get to the stage where we've added the sugar, which is right now, so at this stage you can add the molasses or the sugar or the treacle, the black treacle, and that adds another dimension of flavour and deliciousness to it. And the only other thing I want to put in there now is some pepper, and I like black pepper, I'm mad for it, so that's going in. And you put in as much pepper as you like. You will notice I am putting in as much pepper as I like. There are other seasonings you can add to it at this stage, but do check the saltiness of your seasonings, because the bacon you use might be salty. In fact, it probably will be. I know this ham is quite salty, and those baked beans, the canned baked beans in Britain, are rather salty in themselves, so I tend not to bother adding any salt at all to these things. There is one other ingredient you can add which does make this really, it adds another dimension of specialness to it, and that is you can add some chili flakes or smoked paprika powder. I got some nice smoked paprika I get from the Firefly company online on Amazon. They're rather good, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon of that to this, just to pimp it up even more. There you are. And one last thing we can add to give our beans that extra taste of luxury is, you don't need a lot, but just a blob of butter, and you watch the colour of these beans now, watch them change. They go all creamy. Yummy. Oh, that smoked paprika smells awesome. And there, boys, girls and my fellow gastronauts out there, is a breakfast for champions. You top that with a nice fried egg, and we're in business, aren't we, for something really special. You can serve it as a side with chips or any kind of taters. It even goes well on a bed of rice. And there you go. And you can actually, I did say you can add some chili. Chipotle is rather nice in this, but you need to cook chipotle out. If you like it milder, you can use some ancho chili, or you can go as hot as you like. It's up to you. But I like it just like this. Right, I'm going to taste that for you, because I have to. Let's just let that cool down a wee bit. That is bang on the money. I'm going to let that reduce a little bit, and then I'm going to serve it up. Because right now, I'm a mighty hungry cowpoke. Pimped up baked beans. Enjoy.
If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe and be sure to click the bell icon to receive notification of all my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.